first step in needlepoint is choosing your canvas. One of the most important things to consider when you're choosing your first canvas is what mesh size you're going to do. In needlepoint, there are a lot of different sizes of canvases, but most typically you have 13 mesh and 18 mesh. 13 mesh means it takes 13 intersections to make up 1 inch of canvas. Alternatively, in 18 mesh, that takes 18 intersections to make up 1 inch. So how that works, and you can see here using the same design, any 13 mesh canvas design will be bigger than 18 because it takes more space to get the same amount of detail. And this is a great example using these plum stitchery canvases where same exact design, but because this is in 13 mesh, this design is a larger size overall than what the 18 mesh equivalent is. So that's something to keep in mind when you're choosing your first project. Typically, beginners like to start with 13 mesh canvases as they're a little easier on the eyes. They are also frequently less detailed and therefore easier to stitch and wrap your brain around when you're first getting started. There's so much fun in choosing your first canvas. To choose your first canvas, you want to make sure that you're choosing something that you want to stitch and that is interesting to you. I would recommend it being a 13 mesh canvas initially, but that is not required. Just know that if you choose an 18 mesh canvas, it's going to be a little harder as a beginner. Once you've selected your canvas, the next step is picking out your threads. At the Stitching Bell, we have a wide variety of options to choose from, including 100% wool, 100% silk, a silk wool blend 50-50, cotton, and then a variety of sparkly synthetic options that will add the perfect shine or sheen to your canvas. These are just a small sampling of what we can offer, and we're more than happy to help you pick the perfect threads for your project. To get started, you only need a few tools. The essentials are definitely a needle and some scissors to cut your thread. But some other tools are helpful in order to help make your stitching a lot more enjoyable. Some people choose to use stretcher bars. I personally love stitching with stretcher bars. Another thing that's really helpful is a needle threader. This helps get the thread in the eye of the needle. And then another thing that's incredibly helpful that you would put on your canvas is a needle minder. And this is magnetic and helps keep both your needle and, if you want, your scissors from running away from your project. You can find a variety of all of these things at the Stitching Bell, and we look forward to helping you get your first project ready to go.